Diko graphic skills with creativity.
Yeah, good day guys. Welcome back to Diko graphic design training. Hope you guys are doing absolutely great. Today, I'm going to teach you how to be a better in logo design. I'm going to show you 9 steps how you can be a better in logo design. The first steps, ask the right questions. What do I mean by this? This comes with experience. The better the questions, the easier it will be for you to solve the problem. The second steps, use pen and paper. It doesn't matter if you are bad at drawing. This will help you to pull ideas out of your head and to have a visual contact with them. Many designers nowadays they don't care about using their pen and paper in jotting things down. And this will go a long way in helping you to solve many problems at hand. Number 3, don't skip the process. You have to aim. Yes, you need to aim to have the same steps for every single project. That is how you will automate that move and it will be much easier to get to the solutions. The first step, spend more time every part of the process. Don't be lazy. Put a little bit more effort into every part of the process than usual and see the magic. At times, some people, because they want to get things done within a stipulated period of time, the end result will be very poor. Yes, at time is not by how far, but how well. Even if it take you an hour to make a particular design, the output really matters. Number 5, don't fall in love in your first idea. Yes, it is common trap. Don't let your feeling to decide if the problem is solved. Make a few more concepts, read the brief again, and then decide. That one will help you a long way. At times, when you make a good design, you can tell, your instinct can tell you if you're actually on the right track. Number 6, use mockups for prototyping. What do I mean by this? Mockups are not just for the presentation, but also to see if the logo is gonna work on different surface, texture, and sizes. At times, mockup is not just a way of presenting your design alone. It's just a way of testing different pattern of a color, different pattern of sizes, different pattern of texture to see how your design will actually look like. Then number 7, finish the logo. It's shocking how many designers do not finish the logo completely. So make sure there's no any extra anchor point, that everything is aligned and balanced before descending. Make sure that your logo or your design is being justified in a proper way. Align either to the right as appropriate or left or at the center. And make sure that your hierarchy are well balanced. Then number 9, the last but not the least, reverse Google searching. It often happens that designer make a solution that already exists, not intentional. Yes, at times you might provide a solution to a particular problem that already exists, which you might not know. It's your job to check if the concept that you have made isn't already out there somewhere. This is very, very important to do, as this will help you to go a long way and make you a better designer. These are the 9 steps that can make you a better designer in logo. If this is helpful, don't forget to share and don't forget to comment on your way out. Thanks for watching. God bless you.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. So, as I said, let me give you a tips, or let me say examples how you can just come up with a logo. But believe me, the steps I mentioned so far, you need to follow them. After ask the right questions, you must use your pen and paper by jotting out some things. Then don't skip the process at all. You need to follow everything in order. And you have to spend more time on every part of the process, because if you omit or do it anyhow, the result will not be okay. And don't fall in love with your first idea. It could be a trap at times. You need to verify and be consistent. and use mockup for prototyping at times. They are very important, and make sure you finish the logo and reverse the Google searching in the sense that maybe what you are working on, someone has done it before. It's no more unique. So now having undergone all the processes, let me give you an example of how you can come up with a logo. Go to your shape exactly like this and you select this particular shape. Then after that, position it to the center. Then you go to the color area. Then you apply a color. Now you can copy. Then you go back to where you selected, change the color to the white because we want to use it to cut out some things. So we'll come here, just apply a white color. So on coming here, the next thing we are going to do, we are going to cut out some part here, which we need to crop this and position it so that we can use it to crop it out. So now I've positioned this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to merge the two together and cut out a part. So I'm cutting out this part. Then you can see you can turn on the tolerance a little bit. Now copy and rotate. When you rotate, you reduce the size to a minimal level. Then you make sure that you position it inside and make sure it really work. So reduce the size. Then have it positioned to the center as well and have it move to inside and use manual method to reposition. If possible, increase the size a bit. Exactly I'm doing, just follow the steps. So you can seal the steps. Now that we have this, the only thing that can differentiate between them is the texture. Now bring this one in and you merge something together with it so that it can take any color. Now go to the texture area. Then we are going to use a texture for it. You can grab if actually want it. Just crop exactly like this. Then you can see and scale it out. After you're able to do this, then we are going to lock the two together and go to the text area. Under the text area, we are going to type E and we go to the font area. We use a font called ethnocentric font. Then on using the ethnocentric font, we are going to increase the size a bit, as you can see, because ethnocentric font we are using, we need to position it very well. Copy and you type Z. So on typing the Z, then we are just need to familiar with these two areas. So we join the mouth together. So we're going to join the mouth together if possible, or coming here, coming to the first one and join the mouth together. Then after joining the mouth together, we need to make sure that it's actually closed exactly like this, which you can see it actually closed exactly like this. Then the next thing that we're going to do, and to make things work for this, we are going to tap on this and we are going to click on our mask. Now click the movement area and rotate like this, rotate it like this. Then we click OK. Now we can move exactly like this, which you can see. So we move it just to cut out the mouth so that it will not lay very well. So we have this. So at this level, we are going to have something like this too, just at the mouth area. Very good. So here we are going to have a little bit as well, but it won't be too much. Very good. So now the only area when we need to put a little adjustment is this second area where we are going to make sure we work on it. So I'm bringing this down a bit because of how it look. So we can even cancel this area while we work on that second area. Then you see we can now work on this area. So let's check. So it has created a space as you can see. And to still work on it, we can tap on this. Then we go to the color area where we have a color being on a slant. So we have something on the slant like this. Then we tap on the letter and we go to opacity and reduce the opacity for us to have an overview of it. So having an overview of it, then we are going to just a little bit come here, and then we can just come here, return the opacity, then we go to the texture area where we have used the same texture as this. Click OK, then you enable. Now the mouth, when you look at that area, is somehow close. Then the next thing we're going to do, uh, we need to cut out that particular area. So we are going to tap on this, then we go to mask. So on getting to the mask, we are going to cut out this particular area, which you can see we are cutting out this area. As you can see, so after positioning that way, then we click out, as you can see. So now after clicking out, we tap on this and we go back to the mask and we click in. So now we will be able to move it and go to the color area where we want to give a color. We give different color. So let everything be pure red. So on getting here, you turn off this particular texture, then we are going to reposition this very well. Very good. So after reposition, then the Z will now carry the same color. Then you look at how it is. Now after that, we are going to click on the zoom for us to be able to see clearly, and we see discover that everything is actually right. So the next thing is to come here, and position this here. Position it exactly like this. Go to the color and give a color. Click on the zoom and zoom to see. So readjust well. Everything is actually rhyme, if as you can see. So we are going to decrease. So on getting here, the next thing that we're going to do is to make it look real. So what we're going to do next, we come to the font we have, this that we have selected. Then we have to copy. On copy it, then we come here and do a kind of a judgment to it, and making sure that everything started from here. So we can rotate, and we go to texture area and reduce the size. So on reducing the size, we can reposition. We can reposition to make the mouth accurate. So on getting there like that, the next thing we do is to go to the mask, enable, then we move it so that it can start from here, which you can see. So we click OK. Just click. Click OK. Then everything is run. So now that we have this, we can now readjust. So the next thing to do is to just how this was cut, and exactly you see, you just cut the shape and position the shape exactly like this. So after this has been done, then the next thing you can do is to continue the write-up. So we need to go to the text area where you have, go to the text area, then we have distribution, that is EZ distribution, distribution. Then that will be positioned here, but we are going to cut the mouth at that particular area. So where we have distribution, so which you can see, then we go to the font area, then select the same shape where we have this, which is this distribution. Then we are going to merge this together, just cut it exactly like this. So this particular shape will be cut again. So sorry, we are going to merge something together with it. So just merge this together so that we can use our mask to cut out some parts there. So sorry, we cut out some parts so that we'll be able to, so enable it so that we'll be able to, so very good. So after that, then we can be able to post the distribution we talked about. We'll be able to put it there. So as it is now, the next thing we are going to do is to just merge everything together. What we've seen there, we have to merge it together. Then so let's change this shape first. Go to the second one, let's change it. So after that, we can now merge everything together. Merge it together. Then after merging it, we can reduce the size, position it at that particular area. Then we are going to make sure that we use the mask to cut out that area. So let it come out. Then after making it come out at that particular area, then we merge, we click on this, go to our mask, enable it and move it to cut out some area here. Click on the action, Bezier actions. So we are going to streamline this particular area so that we'll be able to use it to cut it. So you bring it in exactly like this, bring it in, you bring it in. So very okay. So now that we have everything being plumbed here, so we can so we can position this, so we can have this where we are going to use we use something like this, and then on getting here we go to the color, give a black color, then we'll go to the shape again. So on getting to the shape, we use the shape to cut out this area. So let's tap on this again, then we have something like this. So here now we are going to use it to cut where we have something of this nature, and then the mouth will be able to cut. So let's have something like this, then we will have to cut it exactly like this. So we can bring this back a bit, bring it back, then let it calm down. So after that, we can now click on another one where we have something like this. We have something like this, then we have another one coming down from here where we have something like this.
Then we can use the mouth, we can cut it, bend it like this. We can bend it like this, as you can see. But here, and we can make, so like for instance, this one can still be rotated. We can use the simple radius for it. So we cancel the everything we have here. So let's re-strategize it. So where we have this, then here we are going to have something like this, and here we have something like this. So fine. So now here we are going to cut out some parts, so which we are going to put here exactly like this. So again, we are coming here to merge, we are coming here to merge everything. So we merge everything together and cut it. So we go to erase color and have it cut. So that one will give us the avenue to merge this together, as you can see. But we need to use our eraser at that particular moment. So let's just click on eraser. We click on eraser, then we can zoom out the area where we want to clean. So let's take it for instance, we are cleaning this area. So you can see, clean that area like this, then we click OK. So now we can now position this there, which you can see. So on position this there, then the next thing we are going to do is to use our mask in two ways. So we first of all give it a color. Sorry, let me switch off the network. Let me switch off the flight mode. So the first thing we do is let's reduce the size and have a position well. We can use a zoom icon for us to see clearly. So now as it is, we can move it a bit. Move it a bit. So now the next thing that we're going to do is to just bring it in. Then we are giving it different color. Give it different color. So as it is now, we are going to still tap on it and use our erase. So something like this. So which we can see. Let it closer. Very good. So now we have this all together. So the next thing we can do, you are going to the sticker area. So where we have this, go to the sticker. So at this sticker area, tap the empty area. So we are going to give different color. So take it for instance, we have this color. So I'm going to position that here, or better still, let me just delete it, reselect. So now we go to where we have different color options. So like for instance, we have this. So we are going to position it in two ways. So here I'm going to position it where I'm going to give a different color. So we have a color being positioned there. Then I'm going to copy. So copy it, and that one is going to be around here. So I'm reducing the size, then have it position under here. So which you can see. Position under here. Let it touch and give a different color. So now that we have this, we are done with everything. So we merge the whole thing together. Then after merging it, we can now position it to the middle, and this is the logo, easier distribution. So now we are going to save it, have it saved exactly like this. So now let's present it on the mockup. Click on the open from computer after typing the www.photopea.com on your Chrome browser. Now locate where the mockup is. So I'm looking for the, then type on it. You wait for it to load. Now that it's loading, then the next thing we are going to do, we are going to access it. So the next thing we are going to do is to open from the layer, then we go to smart objects. So from the layer, open from smart objects, then the next thing we are going to do, sorry, so see I click on edit content, sorry, so edit content, then nothing was shown here. You should not worry, just click on file, open and place. Then the design we make right now, we are going to position it here. So we are importing it. So after position it, you crop it so that everything will lay properly here. So you can reduce the size so that it will not be too much. Then you adjust and position it very well. So after position it, then the next thing we are going to do is for us to run it. So we need to click on file and click on save with smart object. Then you allow it to load. So when you look at it, it has transformed, but it's now divided into two, as you can see it. So what we're going to do next is for us to open the layer again, open smart objects and still edit the content. Then in editing the content at this level, what we're going to do is to just bring in it by changing this particular area. So when you change it, then you'll be able to see everything you have been working for. Then you hide this. Then on hiding it, then we can click and click on save with smart object again. Then you tap here for the result to display. So you see the result is now displayed. You see how it look. Then you can adjust here if you want. Still change this for you to be able to see other things. You come to the light area. If you want it to be reduced, just come to fill, change it to 80. Then return back. You can still do the same thing for you to be able to see. Go back to normal. Then you can see your work after you do that. So we can still change some for you to be able to see. So after seeing it, then close the light, the effect. So when you see the effect, you can change pass through. You can change it to normal. So when you change it to normal, you can see what was there, dissolve. Change it to normal. Go to the light effect. Go to the light effect area. Then it is 100. Then we can check. Let's recheck it. Then you can see the work at the end of the day. Blending change. Then we can tap on multiply for us to be able to see the result. Normal. Then you can see the result. Have it saved by clicking on the export. So click on export as PNG. Then click on save, download. Then you can view the result here. So see the result. This is just a tips. Now you can make a simple logo on your Android smartphone using your Photopea and Pixellab. Thanks for watching. God bless you.